Hey there, guys and girls, how are we doing? So, I just want to have a little chat about mirrors, lorries. So, when I worked for FCL, I drove a 19 plate, I think it was DAF. Loved DAF, it was a great truck. Couldn't complain about it at all. But I always had this thing where I always said, I wouldn't want a new lorry, and I wouldn't want to drive a new lorry with the cameras as mirrors replacements. Well, turns out that never happened. So since moving over to Cranley Freight, I now drive a 23 plate 530 Mercedes, and that only means one thing. It hasn't got mirrors. It's got these electric cameras inside the truck. If you drive one, you all know what I'm talking about. So, I have actually found it easier than I thought to get used to. For the first sort of day or two, I was like, I'm not sure I like this. And I was always hesitant in the past when I worked for FCL that I'd want to drive one. I can honestly say, since I've been in this for the last, 4-6 weeks now, maybe, I love it. I absolutely love it. I wasn't a fan of Mercedes for my own reason. Well, I'll tell you my reason. The first truck I ever had when I passed my Class 1 was a Mercedes. It wasn't the greatest, we'll just say. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't the greatest. And it just put me off Mercedes, because then when I came out of the Mercedes, I went into a DAF, and the DAF knocked the spots off it. It was so much better than the Mercedes. So my opinion of a Mercedes was that of the one I had because I drove a not so good Mercedes. We'll just say, when I say not so good, it was older. It had been used a lot. Many people had used it and probably not looked after it. Something of that age that they have no intention of looking after. So my only experience of a Mercedes was that experience. However, FCL did have another truck, another Mercedes, but I had no interest in wanting to even go near it. I was scared of the electric mirrors, or the cameras, should we say. So I had no interest. But this company wasn't really given a choice. Just like, that's that lorry, you're driving it, you're in it, bye, see you later. That's it. And you know what? Putting my big boy pants on and just dealing with it and getting on with it, I absolutely love it. I honestly, absolutely love it. I think it's a very good idea. You always think it's going to be a bit distort in the cameras, but the way it lights up of a night time, the way it compensates for the lack of daylight for the night time, it's absolutely brilliant. I think the cameras, the way they follow the trail around, it really, really does help. And I'm not overly experienced on Class 1, as you know. I'm 2 and a bit years or whatever it is, 2 years. But what I have experienced, I absolutely love. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, it's a thumbs up for me for the cameras. I never thought I would say that. I always thought it'd be old school, give me a mirror, blah, blah, blah. But there are times now where I still look out and I think, nope, there's no mirror there. It's habit. It's habit for years and years and years that we've been driving. So, I think given the option from now on, I would always go with the electric mirrors. So if you're asking me which mirrors I prefer, old school or the new generation, we're going to have to go new gen, I'm afraid. Never thought I'd say that. Never ever in my lifetime thought I would say new gen. But I have. That's it. It's my little... I had to get it off my chest. I wanted to talk about it. I've talked about it. I've done it. So, I guess you could say that was old versus new with the mirrors and cameras. Still, if I came out of this truck tomorrow and went in a truck with mirrors, I'd be just as comfortable and just as happy. But now I've done the cameras, I don't need to fear anything. So, yeah, all good there. Right, that's me for this one. Over and out for now.